Imagine a place where the desert sands kiss the endless sky. Here, on the edge of modern Cairo, a monument defies time itself. The Great Pyramid of Giza. For over 4.5 millennia, it has watched the world change, a silent sentinel from an age of gods and pharaohs. When it was built, the world was young. Cities were just beginning to dot the landscape. Kings ruled with absolute authority, and the rhythm of life was dictated by the sun and the river. This incredible structure stands in Egypt, near the lifeblood of the ancient world, the Nile River. The Nile was everything. It provided water for crops, a highway for trade, and the foundation upon which one of history's greatest civilizations was built. This was the Old Kingdom of Egypt, a period of immense power, profound faith, and architectural ambition that has never been surpassed. The Great Pyramid was conceived as the final resting place for a king named Khufu. But Khufu was no ordinary ruler. Twice peopled, he was a pharaoh, a living god on earth. His destiny was not to simply die, but to ascend to the heavens and join the celestial gods. The pyramid was his launch pad, a stone vessel engineered to aid his spirit on its cosmic journey. In its prime, the pyramid was a breathtaking sight. It wasn't the sandy, weathered monument we see today. It was encased in smooth, polished, white limestone, reflecting the brilliant Egyptian sun across the desert. From a distance, it would have appeared as a mountain of pure light, a beacon of divine power. For nearly 4,000 years, it held the title of the tallest man-made structure on Earth, a record of longevity that is simply staggering. The scale of its construction is almost beyond comprehension. Over 2 million massive stone blocks were used. The smallest weighed as much as a family car. The largest, found deep within its chambers, weighed as much as 80 tons. And all of this was achieved without the aid of steel tools, without cranes, without the complex machinery we rely on today. The precision is what truly baffles engineers. The workers didn't just pile stones. They planned, they measured, they executed with a level of accuracy that is difficult to replicate, even with modern technology. The 4 sides of the pyramid are aligned almost perfectly with the cardinal points of the compass. North, south, east, and west. Its massive base, covering over 13 acres, is astonishingly level, a feat accomplished on uneven desert ground. For centuries, it was believed that this monumental task was carried out by a massive workforce of slaves, toiling under the crack of a whip. But modern archaeology has painted a very different picture. The pyramid was built by skilled Egyptian workers. These were craftsmen who knew how to quarry and shape stone, and farmers who contributed their labor during the annual Nile flood when their fields were underwater. They lived in a purpose-built city nearby, were fed, paid for their work, and were buried with honor near the pyramids they helped create. This was a national project, built with pride, not just by force. Venturing inside the pyramid is like stepping into another world. The air grows still and cool. Narrow, ascending passages lead deep into the heart of the structure. You pass through the so-called Queen's Chamber and ascend a magnificent passage known as the Grand Gallery, a marvel of stonework in its own right. At its core lies the King's Chamber, a room lined entirely with massive blocks of red granite. Here, a large, empty stone sarcophagus rests. The body of Khufu has long since vanished, and with it, any treasure it may have contained. What's most striking about the interior is its silence. There are no grand inscriptions, no hieroglyphs, telling the story of its construction. No blueprints have ever been found. This complete lack of a record is the source of the pyramid's greatest and most enduring mystery. How did they lift those colossal stones to such incredible heights? How were they placed with such delicate precision? How did they organize a project of this magnitude without written plans or advanced mathematics as we know them? The theories are as numerous as the stones themselves. Some scholars propose a single, long external ramp that grew with the pyramid. Others suggest a series of smaller, zigzagging ramps. A more recent and compelling theory suggests an internal spiral ramp, which would explain the lack of external evidence. Yet, despite all our scanning and studying, the truth remains elusive, locked away within the stone. But the Great Pyramid was never just a tomb. It was a profound symbol of the Egyptian worldview. It represented the power of the pharaoh, the stability of the state, and a deeply held belief in an eternal afterlife. To the ancient Egyptians, death wasn't an end. It was merely a transition, a doorway to another existence. The pyramid was the key to unlocking that door. Its very shape held deep religious significance. The pyramid rises from a square base on the earth and culminates in a single point in the sky, like a stone ladder for the pharaoh's soul to ascend. It's also thought to represent the primordial mound from which the Egyptians believed all life emerged, and its relationship with the sun, their most powerful deity, Ra, was central. The polished sides would have caught the sun's rays, connecting the earthly king with the heavenly god in a blaze of light. At one time, the Great Pyramid was not alone. It was the centerpiece of a vast complex of temples, causeways, and smaller pyramids for queens. Most of these surrounding structures have been lost to time. The stones were repurposed for new buildings in Cairo, the sands buried what was left, and the relentless march of history moved on. But the Great Pyramid endured. It watched as Alexander the Great conquered Egypt. It stood stoically as the Romans came and went. It witnessed the rise of new faiths and the fall of old gods. Earthquakes have rattled its foundations. Sandstorms have scoured its surface. And for centuries, people have climbed it, explored it, and tried to unlock its secrets. Yet, it remains. Travelers throughout history have stood before it, humbled by its scale. They have felt a sense of awe, of wonder, and perhaps a little bit of fear. And they have all asked the same question that we ask today. How was this possible? Modern science has given us some clues. Cosmic ray scans have recently revealed a new, large void hidden within the structure, a discovery that only deepens the mystery. The pyramid continues to keep its secrets close. To stand before it today is to feel the immense weight of history. The hustle and bustle of the modern world seem to fall away, and you are left with the cool, silent stone. You feel the presence of every year it has witnessed, and in that moment, you understand the fleeting nature of a single human life against the backdrop of eternity. The Great Pyramid of Giza is a timeless reminder of human potential. It speaks of a time when belief was a force powerful enough to move mountains of stone. It is a monument to patience, to extraordinary vision, and to the universal human desire to leave a mark, to be remembered. It was built for one king's journey to the stars, but it now belongs to all of humanity. In its majestic silence, it continues to speak volumes. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories from our incredible past.